Anchi chekani खबर नहीं.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So we will chant first 9 verses of Bhaj Govindam. Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Govindam, Bhaj Mudamate, Samprapte Sannihite Kale, Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dukrim Karane, Bhaj Govindam, 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 Bhaj Mudhamate, Mudha Jahi Dhanagam, Trishnam Kuru Sat Buddhim, Manasi Vitrishnam, Yallabhase Nij Karmo Patam, Vittam Tena Vinodaya Chit. Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Govindam, Bhaj Mudhamate, Nari Stana Bharanavi Desham Drishtva Maga Mohavesham Etanaman Sabasa Divikaram Manasi vichintaya varam varam. Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Govindam, Bhaj Mudhamate, Nalini dalagata jalamati taralam tatvajivitam atishaya chapalam Vidhi vyadhyabhimanagrastam lokam shokahatam cha samastam. Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Govindam, Bhaj Mudhamate, Yavat Vittoparjana Sakta Tavat Nija Parivaro Rakha Paschat Jivati Jara Jara Dehe Vartam Kopina Pritchati Gehe Bhaj Govindam, Bhaj Govindam, Govindam, Bhaj Mudhamate, Yavat Pavano Nivasati Dehe Tavat Pritchati Kushalam गङ्गेः गतवती वायौ देहापाये भार्या बिभ्यति तस्मिन् काये भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते बालस्तावत् क्रीडासक्तः तरुणस्तावत् तरुणीसक्त वृद्धस्तावत् चिन्तासक्त परमे ब्रह्मणि कोऽपि न सक्त भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते काते कान्ता कस्ते पुत्रः संसारोऽयमतीव विचित्र कस्य त्वं कः कुत आयात तत्त्वं चिन्तय तदिह भ्रात भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते सत्सङ्गत्वे निस्सङ्गत्वं निस्सङ्गत्वे निर्मोहत्वं निर्मोहत्वे निश्चलतत्वं निश्चलतत्वे जीवनमुक्ति भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते. So last week we started upon verse number 9, Satsangatve Nisangatvam, Nisangatve Nirmohatvam, Nirmohatve Nischalatatvam, Nischalatatve Jivanmukti. From the company of goods, from Satsanga, comes detachment, Nisangatvam. From detachment comes Nirmohatvam, freedom from disillusionment. And from Nirmohatvam comes Nischalatatvam, because one gets convinced and firmly established in one's conviction. And because of this firm abidance, one is liberated in life. Beautiful ladder of how one can be liberated in life. We saw last week from Hamsa Gita the 10 ways in which we can maintain satsang constantly in our daily life. Of course, satsang means keeping the company of good, which is going in the company of people who are enlightened masters, who are seekers. All that that includes satsang. But how do we maintain that attitude throughout the day? So to maintain that attitude throughout the day, the 10 pointers that were given, the beautiful pointers from Hamsa Gita, it is in verse number 4, I do believe, of Hamsa Gita, which is in Srimad, in Bhagavatam. So the first point that he says is Agama, scriptures. What is it that leads my life to keep, what is my Bible? That which leads my life, guides my life, to be very much alert to what is directing me in life. Second is Apam. Apam is water. What am I consuming in life? What is my input, sensory, even in terms of my diet at all levels, body, mind, and intellect, all 3 levels. What is my diet? Then it was Praja. What is the company I am keeping? Again, Praja, that company which I keep, wherever I am, at my place of work, if I cannot find people who inspire me, my interactions should be so much that it is, just correct for my functioning at my work environment. But other than that, I remain withdrawn if the company is not appropriate. If I am in society and I have social obligations, I do interact with people. It is not that I do not interact with them, but I'm very alert to, my level of interaction with that company. So that is the company I keep. After that, it was Desh. Desh means place. What are the places I frequent? Are they restaurants, bars, gaming places, casinos, or is it malls that I'm going to, outlet malls to get a better deal, or am I, visiting pilgrimage places? Are they places, of museums with artwork, with, homes of great literary giants? Am I constantly bringing that into my life? Where am I going? Am I going to places which are, just in the presence of nature? That is inspiring enough. So all the Desha, what are the places I frequent? Kala was next. Kala is time. How do I conduct myself during the day? Because there are certain hours of the day when one is more sattvic, and more contemplative, and one gets the most out of contemplation at those hours. A prayerful attitude is maintained very easily in the mind, especially early hours of dawn, at dusk. These are the hours which are very sattvic, and they keep us in that attitude. During the main part of the day, one is very dynamic and rajasic at that time. So that is the best time to act in the world outside. And late in the night is the best time to rest, because that time of the day is also tamasic. And our body rhythms are linked to the day. So the body functions efficiently if we maintain this maintain this discipline in our life. So that was Desha, Kala, and I think the next thing that comes after Desh, Kala, is karma. What kind of actions do I engage in? How much time do I spend in sattvic activity? All the activities that I undertake, are they just selfish activities for personal gain, personal fame? Are they just, for the benefit of me and mine? Or are there activities that I take up for my spiritual growth, also for the welfare of others? So do I engage in, worship? Whatever is my way of doing sattvic activity, do I engage in that? So that was karma. And after karma comes janma. Janma is, being reborn. When I say reborn, it is not taking a physical birth, but it is having been transformed, I become another person. So I could be, transformed into a terrorist, be reborn as a terrorist because of some ideology that convinces me, and I feel that injustice has been done, and the only way to do justice is through these actions that I undertake. Or having seen those injustices, I realize that the only way to overcome this is through love, to feel one with people, and then I get reborn as a loving and a peaceful person, and as a champion of uniting people. So what am I being reborn as? The circumstances being what they are, what is my response, and what do I bring forth from me? And I had also said that really, for us, we are given Janmana jayate shudro sanskarena dvijo bhavati. We are all born as Shudra, as the lowest of the humans. But it is the refinement that we bring into our lives, and it is that refinement which makes us Dvija is born again, and a Brahmin is a Dvija. A Brahmin is one who is an extremely refined person, not by birth. We become Brahmins. That is, we are reborn as Brahmins. So sanskarena dvijo bhavati. And then it is dhyanam. What do I focus on throughout the day? What is my focus? What is it that gets my attention? Easily, immediately, that is the 8th one. The 9th is mantra. And I had said that I will speak a little more about mantras today. What do I repeat to myself constantly? Traditionally, mantras were for sadhana. Sadhana means the path that one takes to reach the goal. So in sadhana, there are 3 elements. Sadhya, which is the goal. Sadhana, which is the path that one takes. And sadhaka, the seeker. So we are all seekers and we are all sadhakas. Our goal is that enlightenment, is that realization of that divinity which is inherent in us. We are not looking for that divinity which is out there somewhere. We may have to take aid of an external support to find that divinity, but ultimately we will find that divinity within us. And what is the path that we are taking to get there? So that is sadhana. And one of the things in sadhana is we repeat to ourselves, we chant mantras. There are different mantras because one can have different goals in life. So there are mantras for power, for wealth, including black magic. There are mantras. Now, what is the reality of it is not our concern right now. So, but so mantra is something that we repeat to ourselves. There are 2 aspects to the mantra. One is the meaning, and the other is the sound vibration. And they must be chanted with their correct intonations because they bring about certain vibrations, and these vibrations have an immense effect on us, and they are able to bring about a certain transformation within us. One of the mantras that I would really like to share with all of us, and we are all familiar with that mantra, but that is a very powerful mantra. And before I share that, what does this mantra do? When we chant the mantra, its vibrational impact is there. The second is we all know the meaning of the mantra when we chant it. So when we chant it with knowing the meaning, it goes deep into our subconscious and brings about a transformation. That transformation is slow and gradual, but it is a certain transformation that takes place, and it reforms and refines our personality. So one mantra that we chant will take care of all, of satsang for us. And that is why I am sharing that with you. It is Om Bhadram Karne Bhihi Shrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashyema Kshabhirya Jatraha Sthirai Rangai Stushtu Vamsasthanubhihi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu. Oh, may I hear with my ears only that which is auspicious. May I see with my eyes only that which is auspicious. May my limbs be strong for whatever time has been allotted to me by the Lord. That is implied. And then I seek the blessings, because whose blessings do I seek? Swastino Indra Vradhashravaha. I seek the blessings of Indra. Indra is the Lord of the mind as well. So while I am seeking that outside, really it is within me. Swastina Pusha Vishvavedaha. I seek the blessings of the illuminator, the sun. Now, sun, the glorious sun shining up above in the sky, but that illuminating aspect in us, which is awareness, the principle of consciousness. I Swastina Indro Brathashravaha, Swastina Pusha Vishvavedaha, Swastina Taraksho Arishtanebihi. And I seek the blessings of Vayu, of the swift wind God, with, take away all that is otherwise from me. That is why I seek your protection swiftly. Swastino Brahaspatir Dadhatu. And may Brahaspati, the teacher of teachers, may Brahaspati bless me. So we seek all the, we open ourselves to that grace in our lives. So that is a very significant mantra that was chanted every day. Now you can just imagine the power, the transformative power of this mantra when it is chanted with correct intonation and appreciation, what changes it can bring within us. So that is the ninth aspect, the ninth, of the 10 ways in which we can keep satsang in our day-to-day lives. And the 10th one is samskara. So samskara are what impressions are left behind in ourselves. Every action that we perform leaves behind an impression in our minds. For example, say I am cooking, and the way I chop the onions, I find that my eyes, are watering, and I'm blinking, and I'm not seeing clearly, and I'm cutting my fingers, and I find that I'm keeping my eyes too close. So next time, I will remember that when I chopped the onions, my eyes were watering, and this was the problem. So I will chop onions, keeping my face away from the chopping board to reduce my eyes watering, and with a little more attention. Or say I go to the mall, and I go to a store and I have a very good experience at the store. I say, next time I want to buy such and such thing, I will go again to the store. Their values are good, they treat their customers well. Or if my experience is otherwise, they were very sweet, but I noticed they cheated me. So I will not go. Every single action that we perform leaves behind an impression. And this impression causes us to repeat or not repeat the action again. So that now also samskara means that which is well. It is a refinement. And we go through these special, what are called rituals of refinement. When do they begin? It begins at conception. Garbhadana itself is a samskara. Why is it a samskara? What is it that makes humans and different from the rest in the creation? The gift of free will. It is free will that makes humans human. Now, every action that we undertake should be taken from a free will. It should be a choice. It should not come from slavishness or slavery. It should not be an animalistic act, and it should never reduce us to anything lower than being a human, because then we live to the glory of being a human. So some samskaras start right at conception, And at every stage in life, when we have to make a choice, there is a samskara that is given to us, so that when we make our choice, we choose intelligently. We make choice freely, not from slavishness. I do not eat only because I like it and I enjoy it. I may eat it because I like it and enjoy it, but also because it is good for me. So when every choice in life is made in that way, we will certainly seek the eternal. So these 10 aspects, that if we introduce them into our daily life, they will have a tremendous transformative power, and we will be established in satsang. So once we are in satsang, now you can see what will it lead us to? It will lead us to detachment. Detachment from what? It is not that, for a lot of us, particularly from our background, we equate detachment to giving up and moving away from your family and a disinterest. That is not what detachment is. As a matter of fact, when one is detached, one's interest is heightened because it is available to explore and engage alertly with awareness. So that is detachment. No slavishness in any aspect of life will be there. So when we do this, the mind becomes more and more sattvic. A sattvic mind is a refined mind. Just to give you the other side of this, in the second chapter of Gita, they have given the ladder of fall. Here they have given us 4 steps by which we rise up. And that leads us to liberation. We evolve. This is an evolutionary ladder. And Krishna has so beautifully given us the ladder of fall. It is dhyato vishayan punsa, sangaste shupajayate, sangat sanjayate kama, kamat krodho bhijayate, krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammohat smriti bhransha, smriti भ्रंशात बुद्धिनाशा बुद्धिनाशात प्रणश्यति. Just thinking about dhyato vishayan punsa, thinking of various objects of pleasure, one develops attachment. Sangaste shupajayate. Sangha, attachment is developed. And what happens with this attachment? If this attachment is, fulfilled, I want something and I get it, I want more of it. If I do not get it, I get angry. What is anger? When our thoughts are flowing towards any desired object, and depending upon also the intensity of the flow of our thoughts towards an object, when there is something that intercepts that flow of thoughts, the deflected thoughts are anger. The deflected thoughts are anger, and depending upon how intense the flow of thoughts was, it may be just irritation or rage at the other end. So this is the entire range of flow of what happens when something intercepts our thoughts flowing. Attachment leads to anger. When one is angry, one gets disillusioned, and one behaves indiscriminately. That disillusionment and improper behavior further leads to a loss of memory of what is right and what is wrong. Can't control, become a victim of anger, and that again leads to thoughtlessness, indiscriminative capacity. That is, one loses the intellect. is destroyed. And once intellect is destroyed, the individual is destroyed. So a human being who should be vertical becomes horizontal, animalistic. That is the ladder of fall. On the other side, he gives us, so there are 8 steps that are given here in the ladder of fall. And here he has given us the 4 steps to come up. First is satsang. Because of satsang, one becomes detached. Because of detachment in life, the disillusionment is removed. And because of that, one becomes liberated, free in life. What is this freedom? Is choosing, making choices freely, not from slavery. So, one of the Swamijis I was listening to on Chinmaya channel gave me some beautiful pointers. He said, the thoughts of pleasure are replaced by satsanga. Detachment, attachment is replaced by detachment. Delusion is replaced by clarity of thought. And thoughtlessness is replaced by stillness of the mind. And, where one is destroyed in life because of the deluded mind, one becomes truly alive, fully alive, because they are free in life. Beautiful pointers were given, and I thought I must share them with you. There is a big difference between thoughtlessness and stillness of the mind. It is, a piece of lead. Say you have a huge piece of lead, how heavy it is, and it cannot move at all. And the other is a still lake. On a clear sunny day, the reflection that you see in a still lake, that is the analogy that is often given in Vedanta, of a mind that is still will reflect that divinity which is inherent in us. So this is the beauty of satsanga. It's almost 9:35. So we will stop here. We will say the concluding prayer, and then we can meet for a few minutes. Oh. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukha bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Okay, Meena, thank you very much.
Okay.
It was really nice. We really enjoying.
Thank you. I'm so grateful that I can share what we learned from Swamiji with all of you.
And we are grateful to you that you are giving your time to explain this to us again.
Oh my goodness, this verse is also such a beautiful one.
Really.
Yes, yeah. And we have all chanted, I know Papa used to chant Bhadram Karne Bhishrunuyam Deva every day. That was his regular chant. But when you look at that mantra with its meaning and,
yes, it's beautiful.
is so
Can
beautiful.
you send it by email this month?
The mantra?
Yeah.
Certainly.
Okay, with the meaning.
With the meaning, I don't know if I have, but I have our local temple book here, which has, some meaning of it, and I will send it to you, certainly.
Okay.
It's a beautiful mantra. Yeah.
Now I go to Ilaben. Ilaben was supposed to give recipe of Karela, which she hasn't given so far.
હા
Ilaben,
બોલો
are you listening?
હા હું રેસીપી ગુજરાતીમાં
તમારી
કહીશ
કાર્ય-
તો ચાલશે હેલો
હા ચાલશે ચાલશે.
એ મને ઇંગ્લિશમાં એટલું બધું લાંબુ નહીં ભાવે કહી દઉં હમણાં કે પછી કરું
કહી દો અમે એ સાંભળીએ.
3 minutes છે.
If anyone else wants to say something, then you can send it later. But otherwise, it's okay.
તો કારેલાની રેસીપી કહું તમને હેલો
હા હા કહી દે.
Okay.
સૌથી પહેલા
Jasmine,
નાની સાઈઝ કે મોટી સાઈઝના કારેલા